It's gonna rain on your head, mister. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of this video choose to reach you. Hope you're feeling fine, hope you're feeling well, hope you're feeling blessed. Today we're going to talk about the U.S. House race in the state of Florida. In the state of Florida, we have 28 House of Representative members. Now, those 28 members represent 28 districts in the state of Florida, broken down. I won't get into how the districts are broken down because some of those maps ended up in the courts. So we'll just keep it at that. But we have 28 members of the House of Representatives in the state of Florida. Of those 28 members, your of those 28 districts, on your ballots, you're going to have an opportunity to vote. If you're a registered Democrat, you'll get to vote on Democratic candidates. If you're registered Republican, you'll get to vote on the Republican candidates, but only in your district. You won't get to vote on the state, the whole entire state, every district, just your particular district and where you live at. Now, when you look at what's going on in the state of Florida, it's kind of alarming. We have 28 districts. Of the 28 districts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 districts have a GOP or Republican only primary that will be available to vote on. What is that saying? We have a battle going on in the state of Florida between the Republicans of old and the Republicans of new. What does that mean, you ask? It means some scary shit. That's what it really means. What you'll notice if you have those conversations is that you have what I like to refer to as the George Bush, Ronald Reagan type Republicans. Then you have the Tea Party MAGA Republicans. That's pretty much what it breaks down to, and that's why we're seeing so many hotly contested GOP primaries across the state of Florida. Because in that race, you're going to see what I like to refer to as a old school George Bush type Republican versus some new school MAGA type Tea Party Republican. Whoever speaks to your values, vote for them. Me personally, I can live with the old school George Bush type Republicans, but the Tea Party MAGA Republicans, oh God, oh, it just do something to my soul. It just do something to my soul. But yes, I just wanted to come down to you, really, guys, to make you aware of that. But I really wanted to talk about a bigger issue in this video, and that's the split between the GOP and the state of Florida. And not only is the state of Florida, but in the nation. We're seeing that split nationwide. We just had a sitting governor in the state of Arizona, which is a swing state, a hotly contested battleground swing state for presidential votes, come out and say, hey, we basically need to vote for the adult in the room, which is Kamala Harris. That is shocking. A sitting Republican governor who has not denounced his party, who has not said he wants to leave the party, who has not left his office, has basically said, hey, I'm still a Republican, but I got some good sense in me, and I'm going to back this young lady because this guy, these people, that's not us. That doesn't identify, that doesn't speak to their soul. It's not who they are. We're seeing that on the big stage and also the little stage. Like I said, here in Florida, we have almost every district that we have available. There is a hotly contested Republican primary where the Republicans are battling for who is going to represent the state of Florida in Washington, D.C. on the House level. Why is that important? Because these are the people that influence federal laws. These are the people that make the budgets. These are the people that are in Washington that are supposed to be making the rules, regulations, policy, laws, whatever you want to refer to it as, to benefit us. But if people that have an extremist value system are elected or put into these offices, then what can you expect to follow suit? And before I end, I want to make note for some that may say, oh, well, it's not all that bad. Just think about how many of our Florida policies, rules, laws, legislation has ended up in the state Supreme Court, in the federal Supreme Court, and been overturned in the last year alone. So many of these anti-woke legislations have been overturned on the federal level because they violate so many different constitutional laws that it's shocking that it ends up in there in the first place. That makes you want to take a closer look at the individuals that were voted into these offices that make these laws, to make sure that we're putting people in these places that really, 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 really know what the fuck they're doing. I don't want to get too deep into the individual party members that are voting, excuse me, that are running, because it's way too many. In some of these Republican primaries, you're going to see 3 to 4 names on that ballot. Please make sure that you're doing your research and understand that what you'll see, especially on that Republican side, is most likely a battle between a old school George Bush, Ronald Reagan type Republican and a new extremist Tea Party MAGA Republican. It's shocking to see it play out. But one thing I will say is that whether you vote Democrat, Republican, or what have you, while we're watching one party get their house in order, I think it just might make just the best sense for the other party to take over while the one party gets their house in order and figure out what identity they really want to hold on to.